This here is the ultimate 4th gen Tacoma Overland build, and we're going to go through everything we've done to it and what's on it right now. So this here is a 2024 Toyota Tacoma in the short bed configuration. This is the underground color, one of my favorite colors that Toyota offers. But we're going to start in the front here with what we've done. So this trip, we have installed this C4 Fabrication Overland Series bumper. And C4 has made a few changes to their bumper. They offer both a overland and a hybrid. And what they did with that is they made the center section the same. And then on the side, you can choose whether you have the overland or the hybrid. This one is fully plated. So this is the Overland Series. And with the Overland Series, you can get 4 different types of bull bar options. You can get it with no bull bar, the low one, the mid one with the gusset, which is what you see here. And then you can get the full version, which actually protects the headlight a little bit more. But all personal preference. But the bull bar is bolted in, so you can choose to add it later on or remove it if you'd like. So that's super cool that you can do that pretty much whenever. In the fog area, we have a Baja Designs Squadron. This is the SAE version, so super street legal. You can use this pretty much anytime you want with the amber lens. And that ties me into the next point here. We have a 30-inch light bar Baja Designs as well, also in the Baja Designs amber color. This is really good for low lighting. It cuts through all weather conditions way better than white can. It blows everything out when you use white. Right underneath that, we had relocated the TSS sensor. So you will still have full functionality out of the sensor there. So that will include like adaptive cruise control and all that good stuff. And then as far as the winch, we went with a Born Off-Road 12K winch. Since this vehicle is a little bit heavier than most Tacomas that we'll see in here, including the camper, we went with a 12K instead of the 10K winch. It is a full synthetic line, so super easy to use. And then working our way over to the side here, we have some method wheels with Toyo Open Countries. These are the Toyo RT Trails in a 285/75/17. This is the perfect size, in my opinion, for the 4th gen Tacoma. For basically anything, this will get you the best look and the best miles per gallon as well. Once you go to like a 35, you start losing a lot of that gas mileage. So this size and this proportion of vehicle looks the best in my opinion. And then as far as suspension, we got Old Man Emu down there, along with Old Man Emu upper control arms as well. And then right up here for ditch lights, we have a set of Baja Designs. This one is the Squadron Pro, super bright, pointed to the side a little bit. And this is the driving combo. So the spots on top, and then we have the wide on the bottom. We have put it on the Garmin PowerSwitch along with the rest of the lights. We can actually control these independently. And this customer here, he does a lot of driving on highways. So he wanted to have that separately. And we have it all here in our Garmin PowerSwitch app. So we can actually control the passenger side and the driver's side separately. So when he's on the highway, he can just flip on the passenger side and just aim it towards the side. So if any animals try to get on the road or if there's any hazards on the side, you can see that with this one without blinding drivers on the incoming traffic on the other side of the highway. And then also one thing we did just install as well are these RCI rock sliders. RCI makes some of the best rock sliders in my opinion. They've been around for a long time. They're super robust and they're strong. They also have this top plate with the dimple up, which adds a little bit of traction. So when getting in and out, even when wet, is super helpful. And then right on top here, we also added this up top Overland roof rack. And the main reason for the roof rack, obviously most of it isn't going to be usable back here, but one thing that this customer wanted to do is added a Roam box. So we have a rugged mount from Roam Adventure Co. here. This is going to house a 95-liter case, and we'll get that put up here. And the other reason would be for the roof light bar. So the Baja Designs S8 has this really cool feature that you can run a backlight, and you can use this pretty much any time you want. So this is great for a daytime running light. And this is also paired right into the Garmin PowerSwitch, and the backlight are wired both on the roof light bar and the bumper light bar as well. So these new 4th gen Tacomas have a lot of good features, but the one thing that I don't like is how difficult they made it for aftermarket bumpers to be installed. Installing this here is probably more than twice the normal bumper on like a 3rd gen Tacoma. And the reason being is that the cut lines are completely different. The sensors, you have to pretty much extend all the sensor wires so that way it reaches this new bumper. The winch itself, you can't put just straight to the battery. You also have to extend the power line for the winch itself all the way to the battery, which is now all the way in the corner of the passenger side near the firewall, where the 3rd gen is right here, right behind the driver's side headlight. So there's a lot of things that goes into this bumper that I really don't like, but the end result is nice. This is one of the best looking bumpers on the market. C4 makes some of the most amazing bumpers that fit the best, that look the best, and the weld quality is everything about it is amazing. So C4 is one of those brands that we highly recommend here. Another really cool thing that I like with the 4th gen Tacomas is that on the off-road models, I'm not sure if it's on all models, all the holes on the frame side here is threaded, so installing rock sliders is super easy, and companies like RCI has made it so that way all the threaded holes are matched up with their rock sliders, so that way you can just bolt them straight in there. So installing these, you can definitely do these at home by yourself. It's super easy. It is nice to have a second set of hands just to hold it up because these do get heavy, but besides that, super easy to install. Amazing that you can just bolt right into it and not have to worry about a washer and nut on the back side of it. And RCI is one of the better companies that I would highly recommend if you guys are in the market for rock sliders. And then working our way back here, we got a lot of goodies back here. So this customer here actually lives full time out of the camper. He drove all the way from Texas all the way up here for us to basically do everything that you see here, minus mounting the Dirtbox Overland camper. Dirtbox Overland did that over at their facility, which is about 20 minutes from here, so super close. We got a Crazy Beaver shovel, an axe right up here, the Dirtbox water tank, the Dirtbox shower awning, which is on a 90-degree bracket. So if you needed to get full access in there, you could do so without hitting the shower awning. That's one of the flaws, in my opinion, with campers, is that you can't really fully open the side doors if you have any kind of awning mounted on top there. And then working our way back here, this version here does have the rear glass and the rear molly panel, as you can see there, so you can mount stuff down there as well. This customer is a fly strip fisherman, so he has a River Smith rod holder up there that we had to modify just to make it work with both the roof rack, and we also flipped it upside down for him so that way it's nice and flush and you don't really bump your head when you're doing that. And then all over here, we also added the Agency 6 grab handles just to help with getting in and out of the camper itself. And then that's in the red to match this nice set of red Max Tracks right here that we have mounted on the other side. And then right on top of that, we have this Dirtbox Overland 270 awning that provides a ton of shade. And then probably lastly is this antenna here that we added to help with cell phone signal that will help boost the cell phone signal pretty much anywhere that he barely has any signal. This is great for if you have just a little bit of signal. This is going to boost it, so if you have like 1 bar, you can potentially get 2 or 3 bars with that. And that's pretty much it for this build. If you guys have any questions at all, definitely feel free to give us a call. We are here in Denver, Colorado. We'll have our number up on the screen as well. And that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys subscribe to the channel. See you guys next time.